Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the gallery and family drama. Hello. Hi, typical troll fan. Hello. Antinomy, JRL, Eric Isaac, Gadget C, Mocha, hello. Welcome to, wait. Yes, that's right. Welcome back. I'm gonna read you more Umineko! And yes, guys, notice my rather simplistic overlay. A tad simplistic. Hello everyone. Hello Frost. Patrol fan. I'm more of a Higura. I don't think you want to watch Umineko. I heard it's not great. So I personally would rather read Umineko, but I would rather watch Higurashi. I still want to watch Higurashi or continue it. Also, I made a schedule for the second time. I forgot I'm doing groceries tomorrow, so I need to change it again. Oops. Oh, hi, Crystal. Wow, a third update. Yeah, I forgot because I put two schedules for tomorrow. I was gonna do like 3 streams. I was gonna do one day and I streamed 2 games, but then I forgot that we need some food. So we're going grocery tomorrow night. Yeah, I'll probably shift my day schedule to about 3 o'clock to somewhere. Probably I'm gonna have to wait the 3rd time. Yeah. Super kawaii stream? How? What is super cutesy about this stream exactly? Huh? I have like eyeball. Well, actually, I have only one eyeball. One eyeball here, which is on my usual. What is this subby hole thing? But hello, everybody. You guys, anything fancy today? I didn't do much. I made my schedule, I guess. Again. Oh, I was playing Sonic Crossworlds today. I didn't know today was the last day for the Hatsune Miku event. So I was like rushing to get I was rushing to grab rewards. I sadly didn't get the full rewards because I ran out of time. I wanted the title banner thing. But it was too many points for me to ever get it in time. So I did get a decal of LAN and stuff. Written LAN. I got that. So there's that. Yeah, last day grinding, but it was the first time I even played the event. So it was very short. Like what, 5 days? Since I didn't start it earlier, I started on the very last day, and I was just like rushing to get the thing I wanted. Sadly, I didn't get the title because it was like 1,000 points to get there. So I didn't have much time. I was playing up until it was like error, cannot continue. Like at the very, I was like playing all the way till the event literally ended. But game Sonic Crossworlds racing game. Yeah. Rushing in a racing game? I hope so. Yeah. Air, please go outside. Yeah, I got an error. I was like, yeah, because I was playing all the way. It ended I think 7 p.m. exactly. So wait, was this 7? I think so. No wait, I forgot. I forgot. I think so. Oh no wait, I think it ended at 5. I think it ended at 5 p.m. Hi Golden Cream. Welcome. But I like took a break to go eat and stuff, so I didn't play like the entire day or anything like that. But welcome in. We're gonna do some cozy reading about, well, family drama. Basically, family is in an island and old man's like gonna die possibly soon, and everyone's like, what do we do about hoot inheritance, stuff like that. And apparently the treasure that he buried somewhere in the island, supposedly. Yeah. So we're just gonna continue reading. Yeah. Guys, get your popcorn. Ridiculous. Is it truly possible that you all believe in Father's legend of the gold? A story about a witch who gave him gold, and so forth. We obviously don't believe. However, there's no mistaking about the gold. Multiple sources have confirmed the fact that father was in possession of gold bars from an unknown source. How do we know it's actually gold bars? Multiple sources have confirmed the fact that father of gold bars we heard before the Maruso company president died. Father showed him a large amount of gold somewhere. Oh. Also, hi God, I see it. Father stated clearly to him that they were worth 10 tons worth. That's just nonsense of a senile old man. Along with father, he was just fabricating a story. We can't take it seriously. If that gold didn't exist, he wouldn't have been able to gather so much funding. If that gold didn't exist, he wouldn't have been able to gather so much funding. Before the president died, he was a person whose sincere personality gathered a lot of respect from many in the business world. Before the president died, he was a sincere person. He wouldn't have become a partner to such a fraud. Aniki. The president of Maruso definitely saw it. 10 tons of it. That music like literally stopped. Clearly with his own eyes. Even more so, Dad let the president take 1 ingot at random and have it examined. The result of the examination showed that 10-kilogram ingot had purity of 4 nines. That's how you say 99.99%? 4 nines? And I've never heard of this before. 4 nines? 4 nines. He said that Ushiramiya family crest, the one-winged eagle, was carved into it. Oh. Almost instantly, the Ushiramiya legend of the gold spread among the fixers of the business world. Gold from an unknown foundry has a poor rate of conversion into money. Thinking that it was a chance for decisive profits, they accepted as collateral. And as a result, father was able to receive a giant loan. I don't understand it. The gold of unknown source. So he used it to get a loan? This is the most ridiculous nonsense I've ever heard of. Hi, Coach A. Thank you for the raid. Playing Gear 5? I hope you had fun. Welcome in. Hello, Coach A. I am doing a cozy reading stream right now. I hope you had fun. How old are you people? Are you still taking that fairy tale that you heard as a kid at face value? Where's proof that this... What if he already has it? What if he already took it? Isn't it just the lies of the fall of father and those who are closest to him? Of course it's just a story. But still, Aniki. The amount of money the dad raised required suitable quantity of collateral. Even if the gold was just a rumor, he must have shown them a treasure of comparable worth. Is an unmistakable truth, don't you think? It's just a fiction of gold created by our penniless father. Then where'd he get his pennies? He made it seem that the non-existent gold actually existed and fooled his sponsors. It's probably a gamble of a lifetime. Fortunately, his use of those funds proved successful. If the Korean War demands hadn't come and Ushirmiya family had not been restored, father would probably have been hounded after as a crook of the century. In that case, are you saying the gold never existed and father made it all up? Of course. Why does this guy so believe that his dad was just a crook and the gold was never real? Of course, therefore, after he becomes sufficiently successful, the fiction of gold was nothing but an inconvenience, so father made up the absurd story about the witch and the black magic and made the whole thing seem less believable. In other words, he revealed that the gold was a complete fiction. If he says that he received the gold from a witch, no one would believe that it exists at all, right? He may have even said it all for your sake. Nevertheless, some stupid offspring wanting to divide up the non-existent gold with the rest of the inheritance have appeared. What? Rosa? Don't tell me you believe this kind of fabrication. I can't prove whether or not father really has the gold. However, as one of father's 4 children, I just want to claim my rightful share. It seems Rosa has learned to assert herself. Is he right? Maybe this. Wait. Alright, maybe this is what you'll all want to say. I am trying to keep all the gold to myself. Yeah. The fat Nissan. The fact you've obtained massive amount. Oh yeah, he got like funding, but they don't know where the funding came from. If you rule out the possibility that you've been embezzling father's personal funds, there's only one possibility left, right? Aniki, maybe you've already found the 10 tons of gold bars. That's how it sure looks to us. Ridiculous. Something like that never existed in the first place. Then explain yourself. Embezzlement of father's assets. Father's hidden gold. How would he have gathered so much funding if he didn't use one of these? I have many friends in the political world and the financial world. I've done nothing more than gain their assistance. And as for that, I have no responsibility to explain it to you. You understand, don't you? There are some topics that can't be talked about. Yeah, maybe he's blackmailing someone. If that's the story you insist, then fine. But Aniki, Dad doesn't have long. Nobody can sure that he will live to see this day next year. When Dad dies, the inheritance will be passed on immediately. We will all set up impartial lawyers and accountants like Dad's finances. Wait, I wonder if they know yet that their dad didn't write a will. If at the time the fact that our brother has unjustly interfered with father's money comes to light. You understand, right? I don't have a clue what you're talking about. You're starting to make me feel as indignant as my wife has. Father's gold is definitely one of Father's assets. I understand it's money you can't reveal openly. Even so, the four siblings should have an equal right to it. In short, we will have your financial situation investigated to determine whether or not you're hoarding the gold. You have a good opportunity right now. Prove the existence of this backup from your friends and acquaintances you mentioned. That way, you'll be spotless. Hi, Xavier. And we guys like how Ava talks. She always sounds just so sarcastic every time she talks. And you can sportingly apologize for foolishly doubting you. Right, Rosa? That's right. Klaus-san. You're the one who's avoiding the topic. I wonder what reason he has. If you are guiltless, you could prove that you are in the right. Yet, you aren't even trying to respond. However, Aniki, we still have to consider your position here. As Dad's representative, you're probably bearing a larger share of the burden than we are. It wouldn't be fair for the rest of us who've been living terribly relaxed lives until now to complain about taking that into account. Oh. I'm spoken ill of one moment and flattered the next. It is quite tiring. Please get to the point. In short, randomly investigating nitpicky aspects of father's wealth seems a pretty darn boorish way to do it. As you said, Kasumi-san, you've probably got movements of money that are difficult to explain. Understand that, and that's why we've come to consult you. A mutually beneficial consultation. Consultation? Huh? When the inheritance is distributed, will it be distributed? You'll be rewarded for years of hard work. Taking care of Dad by an agreement that is generous in your favor. Don't misunderstand us. It's not like we're saying we will abandon our rights. It's just that we claim what we deserve. It wouldn't be bad if there was a generous understanding of your position. Oh! Hey, Mocha! Thank you for getting 5 gift subs! 2. Lighthouse of Myths. Golden Cream. Monkeying. Azura and Crystal Blue. Thanks, Mocha. I appreciate it. 3 months of super. Yeah! Did you get it? Yeah! Now you can have free 3 months with the Duolingo Burb. Thank you. Thank you. Where was I? Understand, that's what we mean. Prisoner of the Owl. Is it an owl? I guess it kind of looks like an owl. You do whatever you want with the burb. In other words, you'll accept our conditions. At the time of the division of inheritance, we won't mind leaving the investigation of father's financial status to you, Kraus and Lisa. All of the siblings from Ava downward suspected that Kraus was trying to steal father's wealth. In that situation, letting Kraus report on the state of their father's wealth by himself was extremely contradictory and a huge concession, as they claimed Kraus was actually embezzling money. Kraus wouldn't be able to hide that fact. Besides that, it would be possible for him to control the distribution of inheritance in a manner favorable to himself. Kraus, also realizing that this sounded too good to be true, couldn't help but feel doubt. He had to worry about what they would ask him in return for such a compromise. Oh. After mistrusting me completely, you now say you're willing to restore your confidence in me as the eldest sibling. And what are you asking for? Just what we deserve as siblings. You aren't the kind of person who would steal Dad's property. However, there's no patron financing you. That because he's being financed by a demon. I don't know. Considering all that, there's certainly certain explanation that would satisfy the rest of us. Nisa, you found the 10 tons of gold. And use that as collateral to gather some funding. Just like father did in the past. If that's the case, there won't be any funny bits in father's finances. You've always been a good son looking after father. Why would we mistrust a person like that? You're being so roundabout, I can barely understand you. Say it more clearly and specifically. Our first condition. You must admit that you found Dad's gold. Are you asking me to admit I possess gold that does not exist? Second condition. Recognize our rights to share of the gold and pay it to us. How foolish. With the non-existent 20 billion yen of gold, That would be 5 billion yen per person. Are you telling me to pay a total of 15 billion yen? Preposterous. Keep listening until the end. We know that much money can't just appear out of nowhere. We're not asking you to make an impossible deal. Of course, regarding the portions of the gold, we plan to reward you sufficiently for your hard work up until now in our calculations. The third condition. The portion of the gold to the one bearing title of successor will be 50%. The remainder will be split fairly between all the siblings. Title will be 50. And that includes you. Like, did the dad actually make a will? What if, like, he didn't even write a will to distribute money? What then? Do they still get a portion of the money? If, like, in the beginning the dad was like, they get nothing, no one is worthy, and whatnot. Do they still get money after he settled it? I don't even know if he's, like, wrote anything in his will. That's 20 billion. 12.5 billion will go to Aniki. 20 billion. 12 will go to Aniki. 2.5 to Ava. 2.5 to me. 2.5 to Rosa. So basically, they're saying they admit to it. He admits to embezzling or whatever. But he can keep the 12 billion, but he gives 2.5 to the rest of the siblings. A distribution to make me so grateful I could cry. So you're saying, for the sake of the gold that doesn't exist, I must pay you 7 billion. What's wrong? Your share's 5 times the size of ours. That's a good condition, or I'd be jumping for joy. Man, so many conditions. The dividends will be paid out along with the distribution of our inheritance at the time of Dad's death. However, as a deposit, 10% of our portion will be paid to us promptly. The payment must be done before March of next year. There's an ideal chance for you to restore the trust you need to run Father's assets. It might be impossible to get a whole 7.5 billion before Father dies. You can't say that you couldn't manage a deposit of 750 mil, right? Paying 700 million in half a year might be slightly bothersome. But someone like you who has many friends in the political and business spheres should be able to manage it. Normally, I hope to receive 7.5 billion right now all at once. But out of concern for your position, if you'll just show your sincerity by delivering 10% for the time being, it's alright to let the remaining 90% carry over until the distribution of the inheritance, right? Surely, even you can offer a mere 10% to show your sincerity. So, the right to investigate the status of Father's assets is being sold to me for 750 million. Isn't that great? You all sure have grown. I never thought you all would be capable of offering a deal to me. Nisan, if you accept this, the rest of us siblings will leave the investigation of Father's assets to you. However, the results of that investigation will be subject to appeal. It's only natural, right? We'd be sad if you adjusted our portions downward by 7.5 billion. As a general rule, we wouldn't complain. As long as you do it neatly, it's fine. As long as you don't do anything significantly obvious, we don't plan to aggravate anything. We want the inheritance money as much as you do. We don't want it to get all drawn out and led astray. In that case of an appeal, who would do the second investigation? That can be you as well. Do most games with small portrait of the character have to be next or the other side like yours? Wait, what? Most games with small portraits have it next to the name? Yeah. Well, you mean like the names being next to the characters? Not all the time. Sometimes it's like just stuck in its position. Sometimes it moves. Yeah, wait. This will be the first and last opportunity for our siblings to discuss this. I trust you not to let it come to that. Why is she cackling? Can we, sometimes I'm not sometimes. Like, oh, maybe this guy is embezzling, but part of me is like, I wish he wasn't embezzling or something. And like, they're all banking on the fact that this dude is embezzling. What if he just made a deal with a demon? They're all like banking that this dude embezzled. What if he didn't? Benio, aren't you? What time is it for you? I swear to see you at this time. Hello, Benio. Ava's hot. You think Ava is hot? Mods, get him! 6 a.m. What the hell? Are you awake? Also, thank you for the resub of 32 months. Congrats on 32. Thank you. I don't think Ava's hot. I think she's annoying. I think she's just annoying. Yeah, she's just annoying right now. Nice character design. Nah, I think I like Rosa's design more. Yes, Mido. You really can't talk sometimes. Hi, Lucidia. How have you been? I'm stuck on YouTube. Nah, it's okay. No, hot in character. No, I don't think anyone here. The only character here that's hot is the maid. Yeah. She's okay. Yeah. So far, the maid. I like Rosa. Nah. Yumi looks better than this. Jessica. Genji. And this guy. This guy doesn't have a symbol on him for... He doesn't have the gold eagle on this guy. And I don't see on this guy either. You got a gold thingy. You have a gold thingy. You have a gold thingy. But you don't have one. She doesn't have one. Where's your gold thingy? She has one. She has one. Well, you don't got one. You got one. I don't think she has one either. And you don't see it. I think the people that we're married into don't have it. He doesn't have one either. You don't have one either. She has hers, of course. And she doesn't have one either. Yep. How are you today? I'm doing good. How are you, Dark Shaman? Good to see you. Poor video. I did something. Poor video. Wakes up. Makes a comment that disagrees with me. Gets timed out at 6 in the morning. In response to the other three, now adults, for the first time striking back at him by working together. You know what I hate about this? Is I was too young, but I remember my family doing something very similar to this when, like, my grandfather and my grandparents were, like, passed away. I remember discussions about inheritance and family members crying or something. I don't really remember the details. I do remember something similar happened. But not this similar. Like, I don't think anyone's embezzling anything. But there's talks about like how it was gonna be split and like how what house goes to who, whatever, and such, or whatever. But I was too young. But I just remember like some family members screaming at each other and crying, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? I was like, oh man, this reminded me when I was a kid, and family was doing this whole table discussion again, like too, and I didn't understand what's going on. All I know is like something about inheritance and all that, and some crying, it was screaming. I'm like, but I was too young to ever understand any of that. Got two. I saw the will and didn't show anyone else while claiming they got everything. So around like one family didn't get any and such, and people crying, and I'm like, I didn't understand. But it reminds me of that. I didn't really understand what was going on. I just know that this type of discussion was happening. Well, minus the embezzling portion. Minus the embezzling and stuff. Yeah. It happens, but it's not like they do much for the kids. They just like leave them in the room while adults do their adult things. Yeah. I'm sorry, but there are further conditions. Oh my god, how many conditions? This decision must take, precedence over father's will. What the? Why? We don't want some will to appear to make this decision completely useless. I see you're very cautious. If the gold were really found, what would you do? I mean, the Kraus isn't really helping his case. He seems so confident. A little like, I don't know. Seems so confident and kind of a jerk, I guess. One part, I hope he isn't embezzling. And then like, the whole thing about him being embezzling stuff would be like proved wrong. Or he is embezzling and they have a point. As long as you settle this matter with a corresponding payment, then whether the gold really appears makes no difference to us. You can think of our share as advance payment. Give you something to live for. You plan to turn this island into a resort, right? Yeah, I mean, okay, all of them are like untrustworthy, okay? Like, none of these people be trusted. And I hate listening to Ava talk. You plan to turn this island into a resort, right? During construction, you might stumble upon the gold by chance. This is the moment you start to hate them all. I think I hated them last stream ago. Kraus watched without even flinching. He's so confident. Where is he getting this confidence from? Like, there's something. He's planning something. I don't know. He's too confident. Let me add a 7th condition before I. Wait, you guys added all 6 of these conditions. Let me just add my own to the mix. There's so many. Any sibling other than myself finds the gold, they'll immediately turn it over to me. I'll be honest, this older guy, Kraus, the older brother, I'll be honest, reminds me of my uncle. Like, I have like an uncle who's like older, like my older uncle, and he was like confident. Like, this guy, he was a lawyer. So he was very unapproachable. He was very unapproachable guy. He had like, his family was like, my uncle is a lawyer. I don't know what kind of lawyer, just a lawyer. So he managed a lot of stuff dealing with my grandparents, and they had money, they had a house, and he had like a wife, of course, who seemed kinda just as like narcissistic or whatever. It reminds me slightly of some family members. Yeah, I'm a lawyer uncle. Was like very unapproachable guy. Okay, like you guys ever have like family members that you're in a room with them and it's like, oh, I don't want to be in here. Not I don't want to be in here because I got social anxiety. More like I don't want to be in here because like the air that this person, his aura would crush your lungs. All of them. Oh my god. Damn, Lucidia. That feels bad. Well, almost all of them. I mean, I don't want to be in a room with my family, but more for like, I don't want them talking to me. But like, my uncle just is very like, he's got that aura about him. Negative aura. Yeah. Yeah, just like stereotypical family dynamics, I suppose. I don't know. Elvis. But he had money. He had money. And all that. And like sent his kid to like rich private schools and whatnot. Yeah. I had like that type of like uncle family, I guess. Okay. Wait, let me read what that you said. Let me add a sound before I accept. In the situation that any sibling other than myself finds the gold, they will immediately turn it over to me. Meaning he hasn't found it yet. I'm that family member. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really... I don't really talk. Like, I'm very quiet. I'm a person who like literally just wanna leave the room immediately. I'm the person that's like hurrying to get out. Yeah, and like the family member that's on their phone, just like on the phone and hurrying to get the heck out of this like family meeting. Yeah, that's me. Insignificant details. I see you have a different text window. What kind of text window did you have? It's like, I just changed it to my configuration. Which is... What's... Maria! Oh my god, I could mute! Can I mute her from talking? What the heck is this? Eh? Sure. I changed it from here. You can like change it. I think the default was this. But I didn't really like seeing this logo down there. So I changed it to like the first. Oopsies, not tips. Where is it? Config. Next. Next. I like this one. Okay. I know I was weirdly fed by other emotions. I won't mention here. What? Like, is it like how I'm curious about your supernatural knowledges, or is it something else? I am fascinated by e-talking. Lucidia has that W Riz, maybe. The creepy kind. Okay, maybe not that. Creepy kind. Me, I've got the don't wanna talk to me vibes. But that's because I don't want people to talk to me. So I guess it's a good thing. Wait, oh. Creepy Riz? I'm not sure. But I hope not the bad kind. So C Riz. C Riz, like creepy Riz. From the beginning, I got them lone wolf vibes, I guess. I don't know. Like, I already have cousins who are like getting married and such. And then there's me. Oh well. That sounds insulting. From the beginning, this deal had been nothing more than a threat directed. Yeah, basically. Slam his fist. Wait, like I was getting creepy. how he was behaving. One fair, I slammed his foot on the table. More and more I talked. What? Why was he doing that? That's rude. That's rude. Well, the truth might be different. The probability that Kraus was embezzling father's assets was extremely high. Is he actually embezzling? I kind of hoped that he wasn't. When the last Kinzo faced death and it came time for the inheritance to be distributed, surely some unpleasant facts would come to light. When at last Kinzo... Wait. Kinzo's still alive though. Hold up. Kinzo's the dad, right? This guy? Yeah. When at last Kinzo faced death in... Oh, they meant in the future? Surely. I mean, I don't even think the inheritance will go to anyone. Right? He literally screamed at the beginning of the game where it's like, it's time to write your will. And he's like, no! I will not write a will! Not to those, terrible, terrible sons and daughters of mine. No one gets anything. I will die with my money. Basically. he was just joking. No, he it's like, no, I don't even think anyone here's gonna get anything. This dude hates his family. He's right, no will. And they're gonna be like Pikachu surprise face. Wait, he had no will? No! The situation would likely be a fatal wound to Kraus. Wow! So I guess maybe he is embezzling. Maybe. My will? But I'm already deceased. If there's a documented will, then they can do what they want. What, really? Can they? What about his money? What if they don't even know his money is at? How can they just take it? I guess. Okay, wow, Binio. Who said you can go back to sleep? Now that you're awake, you have to stay awake now. Yeah. Who said you can sleep, huh? Yeah, no one said that. Now you awake at 6 a.m. even though you were supposed to sleep? Well, now you're not sleeping. I don't! I just have one meme where it's like, I approve! I approve! Did you forget to ask someone? I don't! I don't approve! You're not sleeping! Cause I said so! Not until I sleep! Good night, morning, I ask. Have a good sleep, Binio. They latched onto the weak point and were threatening their brother. Yeah, they just cornered this guy, but you know what? Maybe he is embezzling. Maybe there's some facts behind this entire scene. They had latched onto the weak point and were threatening their brother under the veil of compromise, trying to wring out a huge sum of money. However, they had let one thing slip their minds. The three of them had forgotten that their oldest sibling, who they couldn't defeat unless they banded together, was a very nimble thinker when it came to being crafty. Ouch. See, I knew it. There's a reason why this dude's so confident. They have to find it, but it goes down. So if the kids find it, right, who aren't even part of this whole discussion, they keep the money, right? I have an idea. Kraus relaxedly let out a gloating laugh as he spoke to Ava. Yeah, he's so confident. Who could not hide her smile. So certainly she was of her victory. This all sounds marvelous to me. I had been feeling a deep pain in my heart as my estrangement from the rest of you. Yeah, conceit. It all sounds... I had been feeling a deep pain. If by accepting these conditions, I could make our sibling relationship friendly once again, I would be quite pleased. I will like a disgrace. They're also want money. They're so greedy. I will gladly take you up on that offer. Be happy, Rosa. We have a deal. Rosa's expression dimmed. When her brother started talking like this, the conversation would never change for the better. Ava was also sensitive enough to realize this. Therefore, even though Kraus had obediently accepted the deal, she was unable to wipe away her feeling of insecurity. My, how obedient. That's not like you, Nissan. Oh, that's harsh. You think I have an ulterior motive? Of course I don't. I'm just like all of you. Nah, this dude's crafty. He's hiding something. I don't know what. It felt as though only part of that, what I'm just like all of you, is emphasized. The color of Rudolph's face darkened. I have a plan just like all of you. Heh. That's what it sounded like to him. That gave him a sense of urgency. Trying to bring this near-finished discussion to a conclusion, he rushed to wrap it up. Then we're good. So, Aniki, would you mind signing here? This is a written contract containing the discussion we've been having. There is one for each person. Everyone will sign the same content. Rudolph took 4 written contracts out of his breast pocket, had the details of their deal written on them. We also had the 7th condition that you... Wait, where's our lawyer? We also had the 7th condition you proposed straight away. He said that that should a sibling find the money, that they'll give it straight to him. But what if it wasn't any of the siblings that found it? It was one of the kids. They're not part of the plan. Of course, we'll also add the 7th condition you proposed. Don't worry. Will you use a pen? Rudolph took out a fountain pen from his breast pocket. Kraus made it to accept, but then with a small laugh drew back his hand without taking it and spoke. Actually, in order to make sure this agreement is definitely effective, I would like to propose a single amendment. When Kraus said that one sentence, all the siblings felt the same time as though something annoying was creeping up their backs. That won't do. We've already decided. Be quiet and silent. Ava, why are you so impatient? Force I'll sign. I'll promise all of your share of the 7.5 billion yen. I also promise that when father's inheritance is distributed, I will cleanly and neatly liquidate it. However, there's just one point in which I must ask you to compromise. What are you talking about? What point don't you like? The part saying 10% of each portion. 750 million yen. As you pointed out, my financial situation is not prosperous. Well, I guarantee to definitely collect on various investments. At the time, I have no choice but to admit that I am very poor. In short, I have absolutely no money that I can move around right now. I am incompetent and my business skills and senses are dull. An unfortunate such as me, to use your words, has no power to move 750 million in just half a year. That can't be true. Are you trying to deceive us with offhand remarks? At the time of the division of the inheritance, I will liquidate everything at once. Remove the condition that I must pay you 10% in advance. That's all you have to do to get me to sign.
クラウス兄さん、この1割はな、あくまでもお兄さんの誠意を測る数字なんやで。
That 10% is nothing more than a number to measure your sincerity.
本当なら取引の余地もない話や。
Strictly speaking, he shouldn't even making a deal with you in the first place.
そこを100歩
We're doing you a big favor by offering to let things slide for just 10% in good faith money. We explained it all to you, so don't you think rejecting that part damages our trusting relationship a little? Hideyoshi had a humble expression on his face and had his hands clasped together, but his eyes were not calm at all. Kraus hardly seen through the shadow of the depths of those eyes. Why are you all so hurried? Are you afraid of something? Rosa, won't you tell at least me secretly without telling the rest of the siblings? It's not like I put it on. All we're asking you is whether you sign or not. Just forget about making any strange deals or anything suspicious. I have no margin for negotiation. You claim that my position is so weak that we're not in an even relationship? Shivers began to roll up Rudolph's back. Ever since he was a child, he had never been able to overcome the height of the wall that separated him from his older brother. And now, he began to feel himself getting sucked in by it. In a long shadow it cast. Shouldn't deals be made on even footing? To me, this deal is something to restore long-lost trust of my younger brother and sisters, and deepen the love between us siblings. It has been a cancer in my heart that I wish to resolve quickly. I'm very happy that I'm able to resolve it today. But you too would be very happy to see this deal quickly concluded, wouldn't you? Kraus stared at each sibling. They avoided his gaze with their animal-like instinct. Only Hideyoshi was slow at avoiding it. So he was caught in Klaus's glaze. Hideyoshi-san. I hear that your company has been going extremely well recently, hasn't it? You didn't hit any problems getting it listed as a stock. And both its performance and stock prices are constantly growing. I'm truly jealous. My husband's sister has nothing to do with this. However, it's unfortunate that you neglected your stockholders. It's also horrible that you are unable to solidify your base when you became stock-listed. Before you realize it, some bad-natured fellows bought up a considerable amount of your company's stock. How would you know something like that? The same way as you. If you can collect evidence proving that no one would offer a loan to me, then I can collect evidence on you. Is it really that strange of a thing? House grinned broadly. In contrast, Hideyoshi's face was turning pale. Hideyoshi's company was a fast food chain offering company he had started from nothing. Though Hideyoshi's management effort, performance of the business repeatedly rose and magnified, and ultimately succeeded in becoming a stock-listed company, the greatest advantage of being in a stock-holding system is that by selling stock certificates, a large amount of financing can be gained. The amount is far greater than the actual profits from the business. This made it an extremely effective way to gather massive funds needed to grow the company even further. However, in exchange for financing the company, their stockholders have certain rights. Namely, the right to observe and guide the company that they have financed in order to raise its profits above their investment. That's right. That right is guaranteed to all stockholders, and they sometimes even use it to reorganize ineffectual management. It is the right to prevent money that they have spent financing the company from going to waste. And by watching the management of the company, however, if they use this right forcibly, they can eject the former management and take over the company. Because the general body of all the stockholders has the power to dismiss the management and nominate new management. That's right. The right is exercised on a majority decision by stockholders, and people who hold more stock get to cast more votes. In other words, if some person or group holds a majority of the stock, they can freely chase out the old management and make the president anyone they would like. Okay. And if they want, it is even possible to make themselves the president. So, is Hideyoshi still the president? Many companies, in order to prevent their stock from being bought up by malicious people and their position from being threatened, take some kind of defensive measures, such as having their own employees or people close to them to buy a lot of stock certificates in order to prevent a hostile group from securing the majority. However, since Hideyoshi's company had only become stock-listed recently, they hadn't had a time to strengthen those defensive measures. No, maybe Hideyoshi himself was so engrossed in the management of his company that he hadn't realized the dangers of being stock-listed. It's hard to say whether he should be viewed as kind-hearted, skilled manager, immersed in management, or foolish manager who had his feet swept up under him. But in any case, there were people out there who would not let him get away with that naivete unscathed. They rapidly brought up Hideyoshi's company's stock and gained a significant amount of power. They then sent anonymous documents to the stockholders and began to capture the majority. Hello, Derek. The document read, "The current manager continues to make pointless investments. and is ignoring the needs of the stockholders. Let us force the current management to retire, cut the current wasted investments, and let this company be born again as one that gives more back to the stockholders. It is very difficult to make the actual state of the company's management known. They maliciously twisted the figures Hideyoshi produced from a tiny amount of sleep and constant concern for his company, and made him lose the trust of his stockholders. Their efforts had been collected and the majority of the stock of the company. At that point, even Hideyoshi noticed and started to buy back the stock. But the stockholders, who realized the company was undergoing acquisition maneuver, demanded a ridiculous price for the shares that Hideyoshi was trying to buy back. They continually tortured Hideyoshi, who had no leeway in negotiation of the price. One of the certainties of capitalism is the value will rise when both parties vie for the same thing, and that one certainty of democracy is that the majority controls everything. So in the end, whoever manages to buy up the most stock win. Well, there's your stock lessons of the day, guys. So whoever has the most money wins. If Hideyoshi could obtain a large sum of money at this critical time, he would be able to avoid losing all of that which he had built up. Basically, just have your company not be in stocks. If all you want to do is manage a business. I have no idea. He will be able. Therefore, more than anything else, he wanted a lot of money right now. Everyone here wants a lot of money right now. He couldn't wait for the division of Kinzo's inheritance, which may not happen for some time. And Rudolph, you've been in a lot of trouble lately, haven't you? They say it's scary overseas, but it seems that's really true. American trials are sound quite emotionally. They won't give a generous judgment to a foreigner. Weren't you advised by your lawyer that making a settlement with the other party would be more economical? What is he talking about? Just troubles at work. It's no big deal. I'll be settled with money. You recognize Will's complicated expression, right? Her husband had gotten wrapped up in some kind of trouble without her knowledge, and had been suffering alone. That's right. Anything can be settled with money. After all, it can even buy back broken bonds between siblings. America is very fussy about violation of rights. But with money, anything can be settled. Long live capitalism! Although rumors about settlement money may reach several $1 million, Rudolph had been building a large amount of wealth with certain type of niche market. However, a niche is a niche. It's definitely not a sunny job. An American corporate giant was trying to accuse Rudolph's company of violating their rights. For various reasons, it was thought that winning at a trial was extremely unlikely, and Rudolph had been pressed to surrender outright. But even so, there was no way to resolve it with money. If he could only pay that money enough, though it might be painful, he could still pick himself back up. If he didn't pay, he'd lose everything. Therefore, more than anything else, he wanted a lot of money right now. Rosa, the good, noble little sister. Hi again, welcome back. You wouldn't even touch a dangerous money game. I didn't eat dinner yet. However, your soft-hearted nature was your ruin, wasn't it? I wouldn't think one would agree to become a co-signer so lightly. Oh man, she's really mad! You only touch dangerous, however. I wouldn't think one should agree to become a co-signer so lightly. Rose uncharacteristically bare her emotions and yelled, because she had thought she kept it a secret. As Kraus watched, he let out a muffled laugh. Yeah, I should grab food. There's nothing to fear. Every one of them really needs money right now. This phrase, more than anything else, wanted a lot of money right now. In other words, the situation had been reversed. Sounds like everyone right now. But only Kraus, who they were threatening, had no urgent need for a large sum of money. Ha! Compared to that, the three who were threatening him wanted money quickly, no matter what the cost. So the longer Kraus postponed this deal, the greater the advantage. Kraus was very sly. He had known their Achilles' heel from the very beginning. Even so, he had not been certain. Therefore, he had hidden that until the very end, and upon closely and completely examining the attitude, he had struck back. If I could, I would love to raise some money for my darling brothers and sisters in their time of need. But unfortunately, I have nothing on hand. If you have any sponsors in mind that can raise 750 million, I suggest you try there first. House's elated words are horribly blunt. The other siblings could do nothing but listen, grinding their teeth. If they could think of a sponsor that convenient, they wouldn't have kept this charade. If they could think of a sponsor, they had entered this huge battle specifically because they exhausted all other options. If you're still set on relying on your older brother, I could use my influence to find these sponsors. Oh wait, you already said I have no influence. Well then I can't do anything, can I? This guy. House's gloating laugh began to fill the parlor. The younger siblings, who had until now been driving the older brother into a corner, could do nothing more than grimace and grind their teeth. Don't make me laugh. As if I would put myself in your debt. Don't make me laugh. Oh if we relied on you, how would you help us? I told you, didn't I? All I can do is find sponsors for you. Of course, I will do my utmost to negotiate that you can by borrowed interest as well. Man, I don't want to go into business. I mean, even though VTubing is a business, but you know. This is so confusing. You taking advantage of us. Baby. Baby. That's so funny. Baby, calm down. I am extremely cool. You bastard. Kenya grabbed her husband's hand. But that actually made him feel more pissed, so Rudolph shook it off. Kraus laughed as though seeing that made him extremely happy. Alright, did it? Did what? Hi, Warlock. If only we can find Father's hidden gold at a time like this. Then I could split it up for you right away. How sad. Extremely, truly, hopelessly sad. Tonight, let us drink as brothers and sisters and discuss the whereabouts of Father's hidden gold. Solve the riddle of Beatrice's epitaph together, why don't we? With 4 siblings, surely there's no puzzle that can't be solved. Yeah, what he said. I should get some food, actually. Oh, Beatrice Duder. Inzo, huh? Interesting. And what are the conditions that they attached? Certainly. Wait. Canon was just listening in. Whether or not Kraus actually discovered the gold, he would pay. Man, Canon was just like spying on them. Whether Kraus actually discovered the gold, he would pay Ava, Rudolph, and Rose a total of 7.5 billion yen for their shares. However, 10% would be paid before March. You duds! That he would have his feet swept out under him by his younger siblings. Truly amusing. But it seems they couldn't seal the deal. Yes. Kraus exposed that Ava and all had an urgent need to get money. So, if he's doing something simple, he can see through it then. Can't even manage incompetence. What are they doing now? The club had been put on hold for a time being. Now, I like how, like, Beatrice's name has to be in fancy text each time it's even used. Now, Beatrice Sama's epitaph is being discussed. Oh, you guys can't really tell. I'm gonna move myself a little bit. Here. Here. I wanna grab food soon. So, they are trying to solve the riddle and find where my gold is hidden. Yes. Inzo set his glass and snorted. Will the miracle be fulfilled first? Or will those fools expose the gold first? What a sight to behold. If those fools solve my puzzle, at the time I will be completely defeated. They can suck my corpse down to the last fragment of bone. The magnitude of fools greed imbues my great magic with miraculous potential. The magnitude of their greed imbues my great magic with potential. But if the fulfillment of the miracle comes first, Beatrice will be resurrected again. Oh? The smile I've been chasing half my life will be restored. Why? Why does he want to see her smile so badly? Beatrice! The sacred night when the miracle is waged will come, and the devil's game will begin. What? I will win! I will remain alive! Nah. You can have the lives of the... Dude literally just said, I will live past my kids. You can have their lives though. Maybe he wants to see her return so he can be granted immortality. Is that what it is? At the sacrifice of his children's lives? I don't need wealth and honor, assets, gold, or anything. He seems to really like her smile. I don't get it. Why? This dude's gonna die soon though. Like, he's gonna die soon. Kinzo choked, apparently in great pain. Adam got closer and tried to pat his master's back, but Kinzo signaled that he didn't need to. Do you know why I went to the trouble of exposing the hidden location of the gold so everyone could see it? No. It's because magical power is determined by risk. The greater the number of people who try to discover Beatrice's gold, the greater the danger of that happening. And assuming that the bat is successful despite those odds, the magical power will bring an even grander miracle. I see. In other words, magic is a game. I'm Avarice. It is not true that the most superior person will become the winner. The winner becomes superior because he is granted magic. Do you understand that? Just as the miracle of life is granted because of the victory against divine odds of several 100 million to 1, is this a little difficult for you to understand? My apologies. That's fine. It all comes down to this. To the ones that solve the mystery of Beatrice's epitaph, I will give all which I have built up. Wealth, honor, gold, succession, the Ushiromiya family headship, everything that I have established. The right to tackle the riddle is not limited to my children. Even if it were you to succeed in solve it, that would make you qualified to gain everything. Yes. However, I couldn't possibly understand such a difficult riddle. I made it difficult, but you must also challenge it. Yeah, Kinzo's voice acting is like so good. That will become the seed in which the miracle of my magic will be summoned. Everyone who challenges and fails, that will be that. However, if the miracles are gathered and magic power is born, it will happen then. Beatrice will revive. Therefore, you too must challenge. All must challenge it. And in doing so, we must give strength to my magic. You understand? Okay, the more someone tries to find the gold, the more power the magic. I will try. For a long time, Kinzo repeatedly murdered himself, agitated and grabbing onto his head. So what happens if, like, this dude dies before anyone ever found it? Or before Beatrice revives or something? Cannon stayed there and looked unmoving until he was given the next order. Kinzo realized this. That's all leaving now. There's a bag of sweets on the liquor cabinet. You can take one with you as a reward. I'm fine. After all, I am furniture. Huh. So furniture doesn't eat sweets? Indeed. I don't know, would it disappear? Please excuse me. Cannon bowed and left the study. As the door was closed, a heavy locking noise surrounded. It's like, what if a character comes in with purple hair and a scythe and ends his life? Like, prematurely. In the next 10 minutes, I don't know. Will this guy die? He's like locked in, like locked in inside of a room. They could not enter again. Just watch. There's gonna be a murder, and it's gonna be a locked room mystery. Maybe. It was a mechanism that Kinzo... Oh, welcome back, the Red Wolf. Hello. It was a mechanism that Kinzo... What the? I think I broke my pen. No, wait. Did I break my... No, I didn't. I, like, have a pen in my hand. Had created to lock himself in his own study and isolate from the outside world. The only ones he could trust now were not the sons who shared his blood, but those servants who called themselves furniture.
Nanjo-sensei.
Something the matter? Genji-san. It's just I had no place in there anymore. With a bitter laugh, Nanjo turned to face the door to the parlor. It seemed that because of that motion, Genji understood what Nanjo wanted to say. For the most part, Genji also understood the family situation. It must have made him want to frown, knowing that right now in the parlor, the master he served was being discussed so disrespectfully. Yeah! But it would have been very difficult to gather that from his indifferent expression. Still, it isn't clear to me. Why did Kinzo-san have something provocative written, I wonder? Provocative? Nanjo looked at the portrait of Beatrice. No, he directed his gaze beneath the portrait and the plate with the epitaph. I fail to understand the master's thoughts. I sense that they run very deep. As far as I can remember, whenever Kinzo played chess, he would always make moves based on some far-sighted reading on the board. Yet sometimes his moves are incomprehensible. For an average person like me, it's impossible to see through whatever he's planning. I personally suspect this may be some kind of will from the master. He most likely intends to entrust his assets and family headship to whoever manages to comprehend it, hoping that the danger of some outsider, like myself solving it, would force the four siblings to work together and solve the riddle. It could be something like that then. Kinzo rudely disparaged his children, so he might also be hoping that the siblings repair their relationship. Nah, he don't care about them. As Naja said, this epitaph had been written to repair the relationship between the siblings. How heartwarming that would be. However, Nanjo and Genji both knew this one thing could never be the case. Here were the two who held the longest relationship with Kinzo, more trusted than his blood relatives, and even they could not guess Kinzo's true motive. The master's always saying that the right to challenge the riddle is granted to everyone, whether they are a member or not. How about you, Doctor? No. It's a little too hard to understand for this senile old man. I actually wrote this epitaph down in my notebook at one point in time. Night after night, I would try to solve it before going to sleep, but that surely is hard. I believe it shall continue providing me enjoyment for the rest of my days. Wait, do I have it? The epitaph? Oh my god! No. What is this? Ancient Japanese numbers. Oh my god. Jeez. That's not what I'm looking for. Large Japanese numbers. Kotatsu. Referring... No, I don't know if we have... I don't know if we have the thing for the epitaph. Whatever they wrote, I wanna see what's written on it. Large Japanese numbers. 10,000 has 10 to the 4th power. It has 4 zeros. What the heck is 100 million? 10 to the 8th power. Wait, why does this have 2? Oh, it's like 4 times 2. Heck no. It is hard. I believe it shall continue providing me enjoyment for the rest of my days. What about you, Genji? I am nothing more than... Why do they all think of themselves as furniture that serve the master? Gold and assets are useless to me. You are a mystery, Genji. A humble person. Oh. I don't mind. That's probably why Kinzo trusts you so much. I am honored. It's not just slightly laugh. He once again looked at the I want food. Behold. Wait, is this the thing? Oh my god, hold. Behold the sweet fish river. Is this what it said? He looked at the epitaph. Okay. It said, behold the sweet fish river running through my beloved home of old. Okay. You who seek the gold, follow its path downstream in search of a... Okay. That which written on the epitaph of the portrait of my beloved witch Beatrice is as follows. That which is written on the epitaph of the portrait of my beloved witch Beatrice is as follows. Behold, running through the beloved home of old. You who seek golden land, follow its path downstream in search of a key. As you travel down, you will see a village. In that village, look for the shore the two speak of. As you try, okay, so you follow downstream, I assume a river near a home of old. As you travel down, you will see a village. In that village, look for the shore the two speak of. What does that mean? There's a key to the golden land sleeps. You who lay upon the key must journey as follows to the golden land. On the first twilight, sacrifice the 6 chosen by the key. On the first twilight, sacrifice the 6 chosen by the key. On the second twilight, those who remain shall tear apart two who are close. On the second twilight, those shall tear apart 2 who are close. On the third twilight, those who remain shall praise my noble name. On the fourth, gouge the head and kill. On the fifth, gouge the chest and kill. On the sixth, gouge the stomach and kill. On the seventh twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Man, it's like I wrote this. On the 9th twilight, the witch revives, and none shall be left alive. Ouch! And on the 10th twilight, the journey ends, and you shall reach the home of the gold. The witch shall praise the wise and bestow 4 treasures. One shall be the golden land's gold. The one resurrects all the dead people's souls, revives all the love they possess. One even revives all the love they possessed, and for the witch to eternally rest. Rest in peace, my beloved witch Beatrice. So is there gonna be a game of Battle Royale happening? Hold up, I wanna copy that. Okay. Finally at the beach. I'm gonna go grab dinner. I'll be right back. I also wanna look at...
第10の晩に旅は終わり。
Hold up, I wanna copy this. I don't know. I'm just gonna have this on the side somewhere. Wait. I don't understand. I assume that each night someone will have to die or something. I don't know. The journey shall end. I guess they were just reciting it. Let me save actually. Chapter 6, let's go. Okay, so I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab me some food. So I'm gonna microwave some things. I'll be right back. Let me just grab my dinner. BRB. I'm back. I got food. Thanks, Borat. What food? I got rice with gyoza. Yeah. You guys eat rice? Nah. I assume arrows is rice? Rice and gyoza. Journey shall end.
黄金郷に至るだろう。
And you shall reach the golden land. I mean, is it predictable to say that Battler will obviously come out on top? Maybe, I don't know. He is the main character. Rice with every meal? Wow.
しかしマリアは豆だな。
I do eat rice often. Really are diligent, Maria.
ちゃんとメモしてるとは偉いぜ。
Taking notes on all of this.
マリアは忘れっぽいからちゃんと書く。
I forget a lot, so I write things down.
ママに言われたからちゃんと書く。
Write things down like Mama said. Maybe it depends on what I'm eating. It's like sometimes I make like pasta dishes, so I don't like need rice for that. Wait, is there epitaph in my tip somewhere? Oh my god, it is. Nice. We're able to challenge the puzzle of the epitaph while here on the beach. For Jessica and the others. This is a puzzle that I already tried to solve several times, but I gotten bored with it. Basically, they follow a river, find a village, whatever that means, even though this is like an island, I don't think there's any villages. They find a key, look for the shore, and you look for a shore in the village, and you find a key. Those you who laid upon the key must journey to the golden land, and the first night you sacrifice or something like that. Rice and noodles together. Wait, what? No! If it's pasta, I just eat the pasta. No rice. I was so excited I couldn't stop. It really tickled my male sense of romance. Wait, what? Oh, he was excited. Do you guys like romance? Where's your male sense of romance, guys? I'm eating.
まず1行目。
This guy said romance. No such thing, you lie! Look, he said male sense of romance. Me, I was playing a Tommy game last night before I went to sleep. So I'm very romantic. Yeah. I got W Riz in the romance department.
懐かしき故郷を貫く鮎の皮か。じいさまの故郷ってどこだっけ？
戦前の後宮家は小田原のあたりに屋敷を構えてたって聞いたぜ。
A mansion near Odawara? Oh, I guess there is a village here.
で、となりゃ小田原に流れてる鮎の泳ぐ川に関心がいくわけだろ？
What? Don't you think that's romantic, though? I do, but normal normies. Guys aren't normies here, right? Normies. We don't have that here, right? Yeah, Osidia. See, no normies here. I think I talked to you guys about a VN Otome I played. That it's okay. Not my favorite. One of the most talked about character or well-known character in that Otome is this dude who puts you inside of a cage to protect you. And yeah. Because my character keeps getting killed and stuff. She also has a stalker there's a guy trying to kill her. But she always dies. So this guy named Toma, who is a lot of people's favorites, locks you up in a cage for protection. You can't leave though. It's locked tight. But there's stuffed animals in it. Romantic, huh? Yo, proverb, can't hate normies. Yeah, old proverb.
まずはその川が起点になるからな。
The river is a starting point.
黄金鏡を目指す
Do you guys have predictions as to what's gonna happen? You think there's gonna be a battle royale? Who do you guys think will die first? I think the old man will die first, maybe. Maybe Ava, I don't know.
小田原にある川ってなんだ?
Wait. It said on the first sacrifice 6 chosen by a key. By the key. How does it choose a 6? Those will tear apart 2 who are close. 6. How many characters do I hear? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, definitely more than 6. On the first night, 6 people will die. Immediately. How many adults are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 adults in the family. But how many direct bloodline? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are direct. What if all the grown-ups die first? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 adults though. I don't know. Wait, let me look. It said 6 will die. And then those who remain shall tear apart 2 who are close. 7, 8. I assume tear apart means kill. 6, 7, 8. 8. On the third night, nothing happens. 8. 9. Let's gouge the head. But it doesn't say a person though. It does say kill on it. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 9. Of which, and no one shall be left alive. 13 will die? 13 will die maybe? How many characters go? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. But there's 18 characters in this roster. I guess the other ones will just die automatically. Sweet fish.
小田原で鮎って言ったら早川だろうね。渓流釣りで有名だよ。
マリ
ア魚嫌い。
Yeah, same.
マリアももう少し大きくなったらわかるぜ。
I'm older and I still don't like eating fish.
鮎の塩焼きをベロベロベロってな。
Ew. No, I won't.
うまいぜ。
I don't like fish.
さっき飯食ったばっかりだってのに、
Ew.
もう腹が減ってきちまうぜ。
No, I don't eat fish.
ビスケットでもお持ちしましょうか。
ん？
ああ、悪い悪い。そんなつもりで言ったんじゃないぜ。気にすんな。
What's to take care of us?
さて、小田原で鮎の川って言えば早川だってことは分かった。となりゃ下るしかねえよな。早川を下ると何があるんだろうな。
下流に出て海に出ると思います。
そうさ、河口部に出る。そして碑文の3行目には川を下ればやがて里ありとあるな。ちなみにそういう河口部は大抵大昔から輸送の要衝になってて大きな都市があるもんさ。ここが次のチェックポイントだな。
うんうん、なかなかいい筋だね。 バトラ君の想像通り、そこは大昔にとても栄えたことだよ。小田原城があるところだね。
Odawara Castle。
修学旅行で小田原城に行った気がします。素敵なお城でしたよ。
ああ、私も小田原城だったぜ。洋館に住んでてなんだが、やっぱり日本人は和風の方が落ち着くよな。
おお、マリアお城退屈。遊園地がいい。
Theme parks. When was the last time you guys ever gone to a theme park? Hold up. Let me put my plate away. $15 ago? I think mine was like maybe 7 years ago. 6 years ago. I think 6 or 7 years ago. Man, it's been a while. I like theme parks. They were fun. I haven't been to one in a while. Do zoos count? No! That's not an amusement park. That's a zoo. Unless there's an amusement park in the zoo with like really tall rides. Over 15 years? Yeah, sounds like it's been a while for everyone. I liked it. It was fun. I just like riding, like, you know. I just like riding rides. I don't enjoy the price of an amusement park. And I don't enjoy the price of getting a bottle of water in there, for sure. It's alright. If we find the gold, the great battler Sama will generously reserve a whole theme park. Man. You don't like a $13 hot dog? No! I mean, aquarium count? No! Aquariums are very nice, though. Aquariums are nice. But no! That's not... No! Amusement park with, like, big rides. Big rides, wait in line. Hot dog stands. Pretzel stands. What else is common? Hot dogs and pretzels. Ice cream stands. Yeah. Oh, and an hour wait line outside of the ride. The hidden gold of Odawara Castle. 20 years ago. Dang. That's even longer than 15 years ago for an amusement park. Aquariums are nice. At least for aquariums, there's no long lines. It's not hot, obviously, because they need to have AC, so the fish don't boil. Like, it's nicer inside an aquarium just because it's cool. It's cooler inside. He figured out what he tried this 2 years ago. A village in the river. Sweet fish swim in Odawara. Somewhere near Odawara Castle. $13 water. Yeah. Terrible.
さて、バトラの鎮水理はどこまでいけるか見ものだぜ。
Using. I also don't enjoy long lines. It was like, she's saying a puzzle could be solved so easily. She would have found it long ago. Damn it. I'll definitely find and keep it all for myself.
4行目
Fourth line.
その里にて2人が口
Look
にし
for the
死を
shore the
探れ
two speak of.
2人ってのが何のことかわからねえがとにかく岸だな。で岸ってなんだよ。
What's it mean by shore?
岸って
Is there any place near there with that kanji in its name? Shore? Laura, you know this kanji? Why does that mean shore? No. You know, it's nice that they have kanji in this game, but I already know my brain never gonna remember any of this. I mean, it should, but like, I can't. I have heard that there's a place called 3 sets of kanji in Onowara. Look, it says shore at the last kanji. Oh my god, I remembered a kanji in less than a minute. It'll be gone in 2 hours. Watch. Sogakishi. What is shore in Japanese? Oh. Shore in Japanese. It says Kaigan. What? Kishi is shore. And Kaigan is shore. Kishi. So, the last kanji is Kishi for shore. Soga shore. Like a place called something with a shore in its name. Town. I don't even know. In Odawara, yeah, sure. Hi, Lyles.
Oh, 詳しいな。
You sure know a lot.
ってことはなんだよ。
So what does that mean?
シャノンちゃんも黄金を狙って。
Rory Baba wa Rory Baba. Ah. Why is it extra ah?
となりゃ、俺たちはライバルだぜ。
That's what makes us rivals. Sound like I'm interested in gold. George-sama told me about it before. That's because we reached a conclusion 2 years ago. We even laid out a map and looked it up. That's how you say old lady. Baba? Baba. Baba with an extra ah sound. Baba. Baba. There certainly was a place called Sogakishi in there. There we got stuck.
次の5行目にはその土地のどこに鍵があるかは記してない。
It doesn't say where the key is hidden.
マリアちゃん、読んでくれるかい？
そこに鍵が
Golden Land sleeps.
読めた。
ソガキシったって広いだろうし、かつてそこに後ろ宮家の家があったわけでもない。
Sogakishi is probably large. And there wasn't ever any house built there by the Ushiro-miya family.
その広大な土地のどこかに鍵が隠されてて、ノーヒントってんじゃ。こいつはお手上げってわ
With
けで
no
す。
hint where the key is hidden, in that huge area, we pretty much have to throw in the towel.
確かにな。
No hint. I'm not gonna figure it out, but like, I don't wanna look at it. You will see a village. In that village, look for the shore the two speak of. What does the two speak of mean?
Kagiが手に入らないことには、その先の行に進めないぜ。ジョージ兄貴、蘇我岸ってのはどんなとこなんだ？
What kind of place is it?
さあね、行ったことはないからわからないけど、地図によると山の中みたいだよ。
In the mountains?
確か浅間山の山麓みたいだったね。
I've never been there, so I don't really know. But according to the map, it's in the mountains. In the base of Mount Asama.
なんだかパッとしねえな。宝のありかを隠した謎ってのはもっとぴったりとはまるもんじゃねえのかよ。
Aren't the puzzles for the hiding place which are meant to be a bit more exact than this?
どうも蘇我岸ってのがそもそも間違いって気がするぜ。
I guess both can be right now.
私は蘇我岸を疑ってるぜ。
Right. I get the feeling we're barking up the wrong tree with Soga Kishi. What does Soga mean? Soga, Japanese meaning. Does that mean anything? Soga was a clan. And there's a myth tale, classic Japanese war chronicle about a famous historical event, the revenge of the Soga brothers. Soga brothers? It uses the same kanji of Soga. There's two people of Soga brothers though. The father of the Soga brothers was killed when the two were infants, and as adults the brothers became skilled fighters with the intent of avenging their father. The brothers took their revenge and killed the father. After the brothers killed 10 participants in a fierce battle, the elder brother Sukinari was shot, and the younger brother killed all the samurai one by one. I have no idea. Some revenge about two brothers. That's cool. I don't know what Soga means. I don't even know if it's I don't think it's a word. It's just a name. Maybe it stands for the Soga Brothers Shore. I don't know. Soga Kishi looks suspicious to me. There might be, there might be a house that we just don't know about. The grandfather lived in when he was a kid. The first line about his beloved home of old. Are you able to listen to this part? Master never speaks of his past. I've heard him speak of the great Kanto earthquake that almost destroyed the family as though it had nothing to do with it. So he may have been living far away from the Kanto area. But the branch families probably were limited. Grandpa often called himself a branch of a branch family. Might not be Odawara at all. I never even asked my grandfather's old home. He wouldn't give it away if I did.
小田原説は初めから間違ってることになっちゃうね。もちろん曽我騎士の疑いが晴れたわけじゃないけれども、例えば幼少の頃を小田原で過ごし、その後遠方へ引っ越した可能性もある。さっきから何の話かは。
Maria been completely left out of the conversation is now sat puffing out her cheeks out of boredom.
つまりだな。 黄金すごろくの最初のスタート地点が決まらないことには
If we can't decide where the start of our golden name over chutes and ladders, we can't even begin to play. I have never played chutes and ladders before. What is the goal of chutes and ladders anyway? I always like hear it as like a game, but I don't know what it is. I know it has dice. That's about it. To win to get to the end. What's a chute? Is a chute like is that a roof? Get to the end? That's it? What's the point of our slides? Oh. Slides. Which is better? Slides or ladders? Does anyone have a preference? Like, when they play it, do they wish to go through chutes? You want ladders? Oh. I say chutes because, like, sliding is faster than climbing. Right? Yeah, I never played it. So you go up, so it's like up or down. Basically, I see. Well then, they should have just called it up or down. Up and down. Yeah, I know, it doesn't sound as fancy as chutes and ladders. But wait, let me look. In the first 5 things we're searching for is a key. You can enter a door just by bursting right through it. You just throw away the first 5 lines and start figuring out the rest. No! Are you actually gonna do that? Wait, let me see. Then what comes after? We're just gonna pretend the first 5 steps don't exist because we're just gonna break the door down. But then you need to worry about the 6 chosen by the key, so I don't know. Right? What if the key has words on it that help you find things? I don't know.
まあいいや、どうせ暇つぶしなんだ。続きを聞かせろよ、バトラの推理。
We're killing time. Let's hear the rest of your reasoning.
でも、その先からは急に物騒になるんですよね。
Shannon frowned slightly. After looking at Maria's notebooks, we recall what was written there. Alright, I agree. Low.
第1の番に鍵の選びし6人を生贄に捧げよう。
Kill!
いきなり物騒になるな。
Yep.
第2の番には寄り添う2人を引き裂けときたもんだ。
Two who are close. Who is close? Tear apart two who are close. That could be like someone that's married, right? I don't think any of the kids are particularly close to each other. Oh my god. It has to be these two. These two are close. I like canon though. But it could be like married couple, you know, like these two. They are close. They're married.
恋仲を破談させるのか。
Does that mean to break off the romance? That
文字
means
通り引き裂くという意味なのか。
no. They mean the latter. Literally tear them apart.
わかりかねるけど、どっちにせ
That's
よ
pretty
気持ちの悪
disgusting.
い話だぜ。
その第2の番の解
Even
釈を
if we
別にして
ignore
も
the meaning of the
第
second
1の番
line,
に6人
on the first twilight, it's 6 people.
第4の番から第8の番
And
まで
on
で
the
5
fourth
人
to 8, it's 5.
少なく見積もっても11人が
11 people
生贄に
must,
され
at
なきゃならない
least 11 must become sacrifices.
ベアトリーチェが蘇るための
Sacrifices to revive Beatrice.
なるほど。
To
魔女
bring
復活
back
のため
the
の生
witch.
贄か。そういう解釈にもなる
I
な。
guess you can take it that
その
way.
結果、
As a result, the
第
witch
9の番に
revives
魔女が
on the
蘇っ
ninth
て
twilight.
最後は極めつけだな。
第9の番に魔女
Witch
が蘇
revives.
り、
None shall be
誰
left.
も生き残りは
alive.
結局はみんな死んでし
Everyone
まいます。
dies in the end anyway.
それでようやく次の第10の番にゴールってことになってん
And
な。
having reached 10th that
みんな
follows.
死んじまうのに黄金鏡へ至るだろう
I'm
って
sure
言
we
われ
shall
ても
reach the golden
困っ
land
とる
if
んだぜ。
everyone's dead. What if the witch revives inside of someone's body? Everyone's dead except for the witch. What if, like, on this part where it says... Wait, where is it? On, like, gouge and kill. On the 9th night, the witch revives, none shall be left alive. So the moment they revive, everyone dies. And then on the 10th, the journey ends and you shall reach the home of the gold. But what if the witch revives inside of a person? Technically, whoever's soul is in that body dies, right? Or whatever. And then they get treasures or whatever. And then everyone revives again. And then, I don't know, the witch dies and everyone goes back to life. I guess. And then the witch dies permanently. I guess, I don't know. And it's got the gold... And we can't reach the golden land if everyone's dead.
鍵を手に旅に出た当人も
It seems to
生き残れないに含め
allow
るのかどう
for
かは
different
解釈の分かれるところだね。
interpretations as to whether or not the traveler who holds the key would be included. I guess that's true. We don't know if that person is part of it. It could be that one is alive and the witch comes in front of their face and like, yo, you won, here's your stuff. I'm gonna go now. See ya. But there's something pretty interesting written at the end. After you reach the goal, 4 treasures given by the witch. All of the gold. She'll resurrect all the dead people's souls. Doesn't it seem like this refers everyone died in the earth? Doesn't it seem like this refers? It said souls, not resurrect their lives. I don't know. Soul. How do you? I don't know if like bringing back dead people here is a thing. If you put it like that, the next part about reviving the love they possess might refer to a pair torn apart on the second twilight. And the fourth one refers to the ninth twilight. It's hectic with people dying and being broken up, but it's all made well at the end. The awakened witch once again sleeps, and all that's left is gold. The witch must have her hands full with all of this killing, reviving, breaking up, and reuniting people. Not to mention waking up and sleeping. Oh well, just when the tale of hidden gold was getting interesting. As soon as the witch's story is tied in, it quickly gets pretty shady. No kidding. I laughed along with Jessica. After all, the witch is just ridiculous. Of course, once we started laughing, Maria, who believed in witches, got angry. Oh. Witches are awesome! They can do anything with magic. Even kill. And bring back to life. Even give love. Even take it. Can fly in the sky and become invisible. Can make gold and bread out of nothing. Okay, I like Maria. Am I bad? It was just a joke. Jessica apologized, sticking out her tongue, but Maria didn't accept it. She grabbed her notebook out of her hands, opening to the other pages, and tried to prove witches existed. Those pages colored illustrations of witches drawn on them, and conveyed fantastical images Maria had of witches as well. They were not depicted as normal, sinister-nosed hags flying around on brooms, but as dreamlike people with mysterious powers who would do anything and wore beautiful dresses, just like you'd expect from an imaginative young girl. Dancing in the sky, crossing a rainbow, dancing around all night with magical teacups and teapots that would never get empty no matter how much you poured out of them. With a flourish of their wands, the stars in the sky would become candy and pour down. And flowers that produce sweets would bud by the roadside. To Maria, witches were the sole thing that could give form to the magical dreams that so captivated her. The lasting, enriching her reality, which revealed more and more of its bland nature to her with every inch she grew. That's why Maria believed in witches. She didn't want that dream to be insulted. And for that very reason, nor did she want the epitaph which affirmed the existence of witches to be insulted. Because the witch Beatrice is Maria's dream. This isn't something that points to the hiding place of the gold, but magic to revive the witch. The single bridge between Maria and the witch. Maria is very angry and clung to George Aniki. Jessica and I scratched our heads and apologized. It might not be possible to smooth things over like that when she gets mad in front of a portrait. Maria didn't want to be easily consoled. As Jessica and I hung our heads wondering what we could do, Shannon-chan timidly opened her mouth in our place. Lisa, did you know? There is a ghost story about Beatrice that's been passed down among servants. She doesn't know it, does she? I don't really know, but it's very famous among the servants. What? Ghost story. Yes. It's usually a story from before we were born. I've heard it from my mother. It's been passed down since the mansion is built on this island. The servants of that time whispered that the mansion had two masters, one of day and one of night. Oh? The tale Shannon told was like a typical campfire ghost story. If there was a forest and a witch living inside it, then inevitably the witch was going to pay the mansion a visit. At some point, the ghost story naturally sprouted up between the servants. The doors and windows were secure. Their shut and lock would be open when they came around to double check. Lights they definitely turned off would be on. Things would disappear from where they'd been placed. Things would appear when no one had any memory of putting them there. When any of these things happened, the old servants would say the witch had visited the mansion, invisible, and had played pranks. See, she exists. Beatrice exists. Yeah, she exists. I remember often being unable to find my bag before heading to school. Maria puffed out her chest and ooh, ooh, as though this was the final proof that witches existed. If I said that out loud, Maria probably be hurt again, so I didn't. But I mean, you hear that kind of story everywhere. Depending on the place, it might be blamed on fairies or something. It's just that on this island, they call it the witch. Of course. You would expect that walking around a vast, elegant mansion at night would be a little unsettling. It's an island devoid of people. Since the mansion is so drafty, walking around in a night thunderstorm would certainly be eerie. In addition, some servants also seen will-o'-wisps and glittering butterflies dancing around. Paddington also said he saw something like that when he was patrolling one night. And recently, servants have been talking about strange footsteps inside the mansion near midnight. We have whispered together as Beatrice's Sama from the portrait sometimes makes herself invisible and walks through the mansion. Get out of the mansion! It happened long time ago. Footsteps while patrolling at night. Oh, that's scary. There's something to be afraid of, you know. Beatrice is another ruler of this mansion, separate from the master. She won't do anything bad as long as you respect her. And don't act oddly afraid. She's fearsome if you don't respect her, right? I heard someone had quit before I began working after falling down the stairs and receiving a large injury to their back. I've been speaking badly of Beatrice-sama because there's a rumor between the servant that Beatrice's anger has been brought down upon this person. Anger would definitely be brought down on Battler and Jessica. Wow. I'm sorry. I don't want her anger brought down upon me. I apologize, Maria. Of course, I apologize to the witch. I'm sorry, Beatrice, please forgive an outsider's nonsense. I'll apologize as well. I'm sorry, Beatrice-sama. Will the witch be able to forgive us now? I don't know. Witches are fickle. So they forgive when they forgive, and don't when they don't. That's not good. Is there some kind of charm that could prevent Beatrice and Jessica? Hey, Lucidia! Sleep well, thank you. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest. Maybe something to ward off magic? By relying on Maria, who was so proud about witches, George was trying to revive her self-esteem. I was once again forced to admire his ability to comfort children. After crossing her arms and pondering seriously to whether there was some charm capable of protecting Jessica and myself from a witch's wrath, Maria began flipping through her pages. And I had thought that was just simple scribbled diary, but turned out there were many pages that looked like they come from a book on black magic. She was intently comparing several pages, which had been copied but looked like magic circles. It looks like black magic hobby wasn't limited to grandfather alone. Perhaps she'd finished her research. And she vigorously closed the notebook with a snap and threw it in her bag and began fishing through the bag's contents. It seemed various jumbled up things were in there. And for a while she continued to take out various pieces of junk, although they were probably important magical items to her. "Hi, Quintarius," and repeatedly threw them back in, saying they were wrong. She looked a little humorous, like Santa Claus deliberating over which present to give. Finally, it seemed like she'd excavated what she was looking for. With her face unimaginably brighter than the difficult expression that she had worn until now, she stuck them out to Jessica and me. As I reached out to grab, I noticed it was a cheap-looking charm. A bracelet rosary with a scorpion motif medal attached to it. I mean, you often find cheap accessories that correspond to constellations. It felt like a gift that you might win at a crane game or at an arcade. It really looked like something like that. There were two, probably one for me and one for Jessica. However, considering the odd fact there were two of them, they looked like cheap manufactured goods. It was quite hard to think of them as magical items. You're giving this to me in battle? With these charms, even Beatrice is no problem. Because the scorpion has the power to block magic. Really? I don't think scorpions could do that. Rattler doesn't believe. I had inflamed my ears again because I said too much. This guy needs to learn how to be quiet. Maria took her notebook and pointed page after page, going about how the scorpion had holy power and had been drawn on magic-repelling magic circles since ancient times. Oh, I've heard that from the other young servants. But how the scorpion is drawn as a magic-repelling symbol in sorcery? And Maria just happens to remember all of this? An emerald brings peace to the heart. Does double effect. That seems very useful. I really want to make fun of this worthless looking charm. And as I watched Maria explaining the terminal, I realized that she had prepared them out of consideration for us. It felt as though even if it were just a prize from a game, it would still be beneficial. Yeah, I don't really trust Maria either. Like, I think like there was some earlier portions in the previous stream where she said something, but it sounded more ominous and less naive, like, I don't know. It's the strength of the feelings behind them. I'd like to think enough respect for myself to not make fun of those. Okay, thank you. I apologize to Beatrice, but even worse when I'm cursed. I'll be safe now, thanks to your charm. Right, Jessica? Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Maria. Wear on your arm when you want a peaceful heart. If you put in your wallet, your money won't go down. If you hang on door, bad things can't get in. It's a useful charm. What an incredible effect. A charm Maria can recommend confidence. I'm sure it'll be reliable. Shannon tapped her hand slightly and Maria stuck out her chest. She was completely cheered up again. If it would keep her in a good mood, it would probably be worth it to let Maria lead the discussion for a while longer. When you think about it, she hadn't shared in our excitement when we talked about Gold's hidden location. I think she got a little bored. While eating cookies Kuma-san had baked, Jessica and I asked this about black magic. Maria happily chatted away in response to our questions. For each one, George, Aniki, and Shannon-chan would act surprised and agree with everything she said. The color in the sky grew progressively heavier, but the cousins really enjoyed communicating freely after 1 year of separation. You feel a drop on your forehead? Oh, it's a reading! And a lung stronger. I didn't feel a drop. I'm the only one. Aww. Calm down. Neither did I. I'm sure it'll rain so much that everyone will get the same amount of raindrops. Okay. It might be well into the evening. Can I get back already? I spent together with you all. Thank you. Small crown. Oops. This is a cute crowd. Yo. Okay. But picking up the drop fork before wages has its like my purpose in life. We filled out the blanket and cleaned everything. I'll grab it before you. Don't get your shoes wet, you'll get in trouble. And Maria, chasing after some trash and a strong wind had sent flying, was just an extension of our playtime. By the time we finished cleaning, the wind started blowing very strongly. It's a good chance to head back. Thank you very much. Looks like you're out of time. Sorry if you head back first. George Aniki perceived from her hurried appearance that very little of her free time was left. Rigorous about time. If you aren't right back at the place at the right time, he can be very strict. We'll see you later. Do your best with work. Yes. And if you'll excuse me, okay. Shannon hurried off in the direction of the rose garden. Let's head back to the guest house. I can watch TV or something, and relax a little. Man, I'm getting sleepy, but I wanna read some more. Let's head back and watch TV. Even if he's still not tired, agreed, she thought about watching TV. The wind became very strong. Roses shook through the garden like ripples on water. That might be our last chance to see these beautiful roses. Tonight's typhoon is sure to ruin them. Those roses might be done by tonight's winds. Yeah. I'd say they were lucky enough, though. They got to welcome all of you before the typhoon. A flower always loses its petals at some point. However, because of that... Oh my god! Can I tell you guys that I was watching Togen Anki last night? Do you guys know the anime? Oh, Togen Anki! There's this dude with glasses and green hair, and he's like the studious student type. But like... this guy, in like one of the scenes in the anime, it's a shonen anime about Bobotaros versus Odis. It's kind of like Blue Exorcist a bit, like they hate demons, kind of, except in this case it's an Oni, and it's a school. And then one of the guys, a student, is like studious glasses type character. But like in one of the scenes, we see him like grabbing tissue paper, like by the bedside with tissue paper, and it's like, and then in an introduction later, well, not really introduction, but there's a part where it says, this character, their birthday is so and so. They like so and so, and when they did that to like the other characters, it's like, this girl is born on February 14th. She likes soybeans. But then when you do it to this one glasses kid guy who's like studious, they say he's a total pervert. And I'm like, I knew there was a reason why they showed the tissue paper and him grabbing the tissue near his bedside. This guy is a gooner. They literally introduced him as he's a pervert. Like, literally said it in the subtitle. When they introduced him, they call him a pervert. And I'm like, I knew it! I knew it! As I'm telling you, Anki, a lot of the girls have really, really big boobs. Big. Huge. Huge badonks. They're giant. And this reminded me because he says, all flowers will lose petal at some point. And I remember, hold up, there was that dude last night. I was watching anime and he was pervert. I mean, I enjoy it. I just don't really enjoy that a lot of the girls just have really big boobs. It's just huge. Like, big. Huge. A little too big for my liking. Yeah, I just wanted to mention that. Like, bigger than their heads size. kind of vibes, you know.
そうだな。
That's
マリア
right.
もよく目に焼き付けとけ。
Burn this image into your
今この
eyes.
瞬間が
They're the best roses of the year. Burned into eyes. But then Maria clapped her hands. It looked like she remembered something. My rose. The typhoon will send it flying. Oh, the unhealthy rose marked with a ribbon? It seemed I remembered where the rose was. She ran at full speed. Where was it again? It was somewhere around here. We searched everywhere. There was only a single flower. A single flower among all the roses. Even though we knew it was close by, it wasn't proving easy to find. The winds that made up the front lines of the typhoon were making the roses through the garden undulate. What does that mean? And it was almost like it was teasing us by making the location of Maria's rose impossible to find. Maybe it wasn't here. Hey, let's try spreading out a bit in our search. That sounds good. Oh, sure. Maria tugged at my jacket with an unhappy face. It felt like her intention was to stop us from going to another place. What happened? My rose is here! It's here! It's actually not, is it? Maybe it's on the other side. If we all look, we'll find it fast. It's here! My rose is here! Look for it! Damn! She stomped her feet in irritation. She's pointing at the spot, saying it's definitely there, yet it actually wasn't. Yet, if we go search elsewhere, she got mad. We're at a loss for what to do. For a while, we could stay with Maria and pretend to search through the rose thicket. Eh? Not here. Well, kinda knew that. Maybe she's saying it should be here, but isn't. Maria's becoming ill-tempered. She's really losing her temper. Doesn't really care about really pointless things. If she gets what she wants, it's alright, but you can't find anything that isn't there. That's not good. Just as we were starting to despair for a way out, Maria shouted loudly. She's calling for her mom! Maybe she went to look at the garden one more time before the typhoon came. Or maybe she had some business. Auntie Rosa was coming from the mansion. Quickly noticed her daughter's voice and came over. What happened, everyone? Are you looking for something? Look for it! Mom, you look for your rose too. Your rose? We found an unhealthy rose here and marked it. We tied a candy wrapper around it. But Maria, if I remember correctly, it was growing right in front and stood out, didn't it? Unless it grew legs and ran off. It must have been somewhere else. Aren't you just remembering it wrong? It is here. Ella doesn't believe. Please stop the ooh nonsense. Mommy, look first. Be quiet. I'm a little surprised to see Auntie Rosa, who I'd never seen as gentle, get angry. Auntie Rosa began searching and went along with her for the time being. But we are already more than sure it wasn't here. And so Auntie Rosa also realized very quickly that it wasn't here. The rose isn't here. Where is the ooh? It sounds unnatural if I say it, so I don't say it. I also don't have the vocal capacity for that. Did you mistake this place for somewhere else? There's so many roses around. You can just listen to her go, ooh. Yeah. That's wrong. It is here. Mama doesn't believe. Hi, Azure. I believe you, that's why I'm searching. But it isn't here. My god. Why is she so confident it is here? Is that suspicious? It's here, but it isn't. What? Is this story 1? This is, yeah, volume 1 of Umineko. Question mark. Then someone must have ripped it out. Stop whining like that. Oh my god. Ow. How should I know? Stop it. Oh my god, she's really mad. Oh! Dang! She just slapped Maria's cheek. For an instant, Maria was shocked into silence. I'm happy they did. Re-enhance instead of the original for Steam release. Yeah! Although this isn't the Steam release sprite. This one is a mod that uses the PS3 sprites. But they do have the Steam sprites, I just don't like it that much. Of course, I do think, like, it's the same case as Higurashi. I don't know. I mean, it was like the original art, right? The chubby arms or whatever. But, like, it's more comedy. And it's fun. It has a funny charm about the sprites of their older sprites. When Maria realized her wish was being rejected before it could be fulfilled, she started yelling with an increasingly louder voice. Oh no. Oh god! My rose! My rose! Didn't I tell you to stop that weird habit? That's why the kids in your class make fun of you! Oh my god! Cut it out! Oh my god! She got corrected just now. And then her palm slapped Maria's cheek. Damn! A second time. This time, she didn't go silent. She choked as she started crying and began to bawl in an increasingly louder voice. Auntie Rosa was clearly irritated and lifted her hand once more to try and shut her daughter up. She's just a little kid. That's a reason to get so serious. That's her mom? Yeah. I attempted to intervene with a forced smile and my hands clasped together. But the deadly serious look I was thrown by Auntie Rosa taught me quickly that I shouldn't butt in. I'm sorry, but would you all return to your room for a little while? Your auntie needs to talk with Maria. Nobody believes in my rose, even though it was here. Look for it. Damn. You really want that rose back? You must be confusing it with somewhere else, or it just flew away. I don't know. It was kind of like a dying flower. And it has disappeared. Give it up. Why? Why did my rose disappear? Because it was unhealthy or whatever. The rose was like dying or something. And so they put like a ribbon around it. Is this how Mario... No! No! I don't know that! Oh yeah, once again raised her hand, overrun by Mo, and slapped her cheek! Damn! It's like the 4th time! Auntie Rosa once again raised her hand by overrun. Oh, I just so strongly it knocked Marie. Oh, dang! Yeah, I don't like scream very often. I get jump scares occasionally, but that's not that frequent. Hi, Auntie Rosa. Even if she is your daughter, you shouldn't be violent like that. I'll call social services. I stepped between them to protect Maria, who's still on the ground crying. I know the problems between parent and child are none of my business as an outsider, but I wasn't brought up to just silently observe something like this. Don't you think it's weird? Any of your girls mutter ooh? Is that important detail that she screams ooh? Well, I am in high school, but for an elementary schooler, I think saying ooh is pretty cute. Kawaii. Saying ooh is cute. Cute? I screamed that my reckless word. It seemed that my reckless words had brought Auntie Rose's wrath down upon me. She grabbed my collar. Oh dang! With a terrifying expression. Ow! Don't say such nonsense. Do you know how old Maria is? She's 9 years. I thought she was gonna be like, she's 18 years old. Still in elementary school, though. She's 4th grade, you know. She's not kindergarten. That's still elementary, right? Yeah, it's still elementary. 9 years! Start providing financial work for them. Hello? Snowy. Bro, she's only 9. It's not that big of a deal. Even so, she still says ooh during class. You understand? The kid. Do you know what they say about her when they bully her? Thanks to this weird habit, she hasn't even made a single friend. Don't turn your eyes away from reality and recklessly call Maria cute. Think much more about the kid's future. Jesus! Oh my god! Jesus! God dang! Your voice acting. Ah! Dang! What a day! I tried to stop her, but she thrust me away. My back collided, George Aniki.
昔は
Yeah, time ago.
ローザおばさんもマリアちゃんの幼児言葉の一つだくらいにし
Auntie
か思わな
Rosa
かったんだけど
also thought of it as nothing more than Maria's baby
小学校
words,
の
but
中
she
学年
is
になって
now
も治らない
midway
の
through elementary,
最近は
so
だいぶ
the
気にしてて
fact it hasn't been fixed has bothered her a lot recently.
別にどういう言葉遣いをしようと
It's not like it matters what
関係ねえだ。
words she uses.
そのまま社
You
会人に
can't
はなれ
become
な
a
いよ
proper member of society like that. Or forget society!
だから見ていて気
Even
持
though
ち
it's
のいい
not
光景で
pleasant
はない
scene
けれ
to
どこれは
watch, this is a problem
おばさんた
between
ち
a
親子の
mother
問題なん
and
だよ
child.
まあ私も
Well,
言葉遣いのせいで
my
よくお
mom's
袋に
always
怒られ
giving
る
me
けど
hell about how I speak too. If you look at it that way, maybe an outsider shouldn't interfere, even though it is painful to watch.
バトラ君だって小さい
Did
頃
you ever have
悪
bad
い癖が
habits
治
as
ら
a
なく
kid
て
you
怒られ
couldn't
たことが
fix
あったん
and
じゃない
got
かい
you into trouble?
まあ
One or
一つや
two.
二つ授業参観の日に人前でずっと怒られてた時は
My habit that I still get in trouble for to this day is saying, I don't know. Do you guys get in trouble with your parents or family to this day? Me, it's cause I always like either don't say anything or I say, I don't know. I do that to this day. Yeah, I don't know. And then they're like, why don't you know? I don't know. Yeah. And then family gets mad that I say that. But I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
じゃあ
Yeah.
今のマリアちゃんたちの気持ちは
I get in
わかるよね
trouble for that still. Oh well. Not talking unless spoken to. Yeah. Although, like, even spoken to, my response is, I don't know. Yeah. That's it's like discussions where it's like what are you gonna do in the future? I don't know, I'll figure out what happens. Your cousin's getting married now. How come you're not? Cuz I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, what am I supposed to say? I don't want the discussion to go any further. If I'm like, cause I don't go look, why don't you look? I don't know. I don't want, cause I don't want it. But what about, I want grandkids? And I'm like, don't you want us to have grandkids? What am I supposed to say? Am I supposed to say, hell no? Don't you love us? You know? And like, I don't really want the conversation to delve, so my auto response is, I don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah, if you say like, and you say something and the conversation goes on a whole nother direction, and then suddenly you're in a conversation of topic you don't want to be in, and suddenly you just regret everything and you really want to leave. I don't know. just like, I don't know. Yes, a habit I've always had, but it's even worse now. Just cause my family is a type that will just like make the conversation worse than where we started. So I just go, I don't know. That way the conversation can't like delve into a topic I would rather not be having. Yeah. Alright. But it's really dark. What? My response is just to say, I don't know. They don't like hearing it, and they're just like, why don't you say anything? But it's like, no. And what? I don't want to deal with a conversation that would possibly happen after that. And there are times when my family was like, it was like a birthday party, and then suddenly, I forgot how it started, and then they were like, yada yada future stuff, right? And then I guess I said something, and then they were like, yeah, so when we die, you're gonna get, I'm like, I'm sorry? When you die? Why? Why are you talking about your death at a birthday party? I'm like, bro, like, yeah, I wonder why I don't say anything. How did we get in this topic of when you die? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so used to like the conversation of family turning things 360 that I really don't want to converse. I don't want to converse. I was like, get me out! I don't. It's so awkward. It's so weird. It's so awkward. How did we get here? And that's why I don't like to talk to my family. Or at least I just say nothing. Or I say I don't know. I nod my head, and I go, okay. Okay. Yeah, sure. Why don't you have a house? Where's your girlfriend? Oh my god. You must be doing something wrong. Dang. Yeah, I feel that. I hate like those type of like conversations. I'm just living day by day, man. Yeah. That's what I be doing. Because it's not really my favorite to go see family. They're not exactly the most joyful people to talk to. Because then they'll start talking about their coffins and I'm like, what am I supposed to say? Exactly. Why are we talking about when you die? Like, at a birthday party? You know, I just think it's all levels of awkward, and I'm like, well, this got dark real quick, in not the kind of way that I like. Since my brother gave them a grandkid. What? Really? Wow. I didn't know your brother had a kid. Man! Hey guys, I see, is it messed up for me to say that, like, is it the brother that's spoiled as heck? Who would marry? I thought it was a spoiled brat who dropped his iPhone like 10 times get grandkids. I'm like, man, I'm sorry for the one. She gonna need to get him like replacement iPhones. When I turn 18, my stepfather, step-grandfather said, congrats, now you can be... Damn. Well, hopefully you don't do anything that gets you tried, Lyles. That's funny. I'm sure she doesn't want us to be here now. Man, this is like terrible for Maria though. I mean, how is she supposed to change what she says, I guess? We're just gonna ignore it.
マリアちゃんが戻ってきたら何事もなかったかのように迎えてあげようよ。
On a scale of 1 to 10, if it actually was the God Rightsy's brother that was spoiled, how rude was that? How rude was me saying that I feel bad? I didn't know God Rightsy had another brother. Fairly rude. I apologize for my rudeness, sirs. I'm rude, but I feel the same way. It's okay, because it wasn't the guy that was a spoiled brat that got a grandkid, okay? Got a kid, not grandkid. I don't think he's a grandpa yet. It's okay. I will learn from this lesson. Mari, stop being rude. Okay? Yeah. Just to future Mari, do better. I'm an uncle now. Oh my god! Uncle God's right seat. I don't know. Yeah, it do be like that. Why are you rude? I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna learn from my mistakes, guys. Yeah, use me as a learning example of what not to do. Wait, I wanna open this thing for my phone. Hold on. I'm gonna cut this off. Okay. I'm an uncle. Congrats on being an uncle. Then after Maria, okay. That's probably the best. Okay. Probably the best, isn't it? Nah, I think we should, I don't know. Call for a babysitter, I don't know. We thought Aniki's point was probably correct. And if we could use that to correct sounding reason to justify our retreat on this painful scene, that was probably enough for us. We weren't even trying, but it made my mom happy to have a grandkid. That's good. Do you ever have to babysit? I can't imagine babysitting. Jessica and I nodded at George Aniki, and we all laughed. And we were gonna head to the guest house. But since it didn't seem to reach her ears, we felt guilty. Shameless even saying it. Look by yourself as much as you want. Mama doesn't care. Ow! He's gonna go missing, watch. Look for it! I'll look for it by myself. I'll look for it even if Mama doesn't care. Damn, just gonna leave her alone to look for a flower in a typhoon? Yeah, something definitely won't go wrong here. Have it your way. My niece and nephew, in a few years, we might want to get used to it. I've never done babysitting. Oh, the only time was like when they're not related to me though. Random kids that come over here because of parties came into my room. I don't know who they are. They came in my room and started tossing my plushies everywhere. I didn't like it. I'm not very good with children. I'm not used to I'm not used to ever like babysitting in my life ever. So Aunt would shush, but my sister now isn't thinking about doesn't even want kids, no. I don't think you or your sister want kids though. Also, doesn't your sister had her time when she was taking care of her boyfriend's kid at some point? So she probably already had her experience. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe? They beat up your plushies? Nah, they put it in their mouths and start slobbering all over it. Fun. After blasting her with those last few words, Rosa spun her heels and quickly returned to the mansion. Maria probably viewed that as a cold, hurtful gesture. That was not her intention. As the hand which she had emotionally struck Maria was still numb. It was because if she stayed there screaming, she might again be taken over by emotions and continue slapping her daughter's cheek over and over. Maria was left in a rose garden all alone. Damn! That's terrible! They just left her in the garden to look for a flower in the middle of a typhoon. However, Maria couldn't at least, like, sit on the stairs, I don't know. Not until she found the poor withering rose. It had definitely been there, and yet it wasn't there. Even though she knew the place, even though this was it, it wasn't there. Marie was barely staring at the place it was supposed to be, thought frantically. Maybe the angle I'm looking from is wrong. Maybe the height is wrong. While gazing at a single point, she changed her position and continued to stare. And the wind grew increasingly stronger. And Marie kept on looking for that rose in the flower bed. Kinzo noticed the sound of raindrops beating on the window. It had started to rain. It had begun later than the weather report had predicted. Kinzo, as if summoned by the sound of the rain, approached the window. The sound of rain. The sound of the rain is a sound of silence. The sound feels quieter than any silence. You're late, Beatrice. Wait. Humans remember and they are alone. Were those words directed at the rainy sky? Were those words... Wait. No one could have seen the direction Kinzo's... Shall we begin? Our banquet of milk. What? In this very moment, this island has been cut off from the world. Now, there are none who can interrupt my ritual. They're putting sacrifices for you. 4 of my children. 3 of their companions. 4, 7. 4 of my damn evil man. Me. Everyone will die. Jeez. May eat them up as you please. The key of fate will select sacrifices. The key of fate in accordance with the demon's roulette. If that roulette chooses me, even I will become your sacrifice. What chapter are we on? 6. However, because of that, I will bet on that madness and create a grand miracle. Come, devour as you wish. Don't mind if I do. I will overcome the roulette. I'll put everything on the line. First, I will return the headship of the Ushiromiya family. Take it. What? As Kinzo violently opened the window, he ripped the golden ring from his finger and threw it away. At the moment, thunder resounded. Keeping the illusion of lightning had accepted the ring. And when you are resurrected, it will be me who stands there. I will live until the end and watch over you as you awaken. Do you guys think he likes Beatrice, or he just likes her smile for some reason? Welcome to my banquet. In exchange for all things that I have created, show me a miracle one final time. Wow. Are we in chapter 7 now? Letter and umbrella. Chapter 7. Oops. TV. The disaster report told how municipalities all over were continually sending out rain, flood, and wave warnings. Well, actually, it's almost midnight. I feel I should continue this. At a time I could read longer. I'll probably save here. I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna continue. I'm gonna see you back tomorrow. I had a schedule, but I'll probably change it up again. So tomorrow, I'll probably stream at around 1. I think I had it for what? When I have it? When did I have it? 1? Gonna sleep, quotation marks. Yeah, and I'm gonna read an Otome game. Yeah, I'm gonna read an Otome. And then sleep. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna do some JRPG. I'm gonna go back to Xenosaga 2. I don't even remember what we were doing last time. In 4... So she'll sleep. Yeah, I'll sleep at 3 a.m. Last time I feel my voice is like dying off. But I'll be back tomorrow. Around afternoon. I gotta go continue, Xenosaga. But thank you everyone for joining. I hope you had a nice time and weren't scared off by my rudeness. Pardon me, excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. My feelings. There, God's right seat. My apologies about my mistake of your brother, wrong brother getting married. Insulted. I apologize. If we learn from this. Yeah. It's called character development arc. But thank you. I hope you guys had a... Did you guys enjoy me reading you guys a story? Do you guys like it when I read VMs? Is this nice? You guys paid attention? Yeah, but it was the wrong brother. Now, if it was actually the same brother, I mean, I did say, I'm sorry, is this rude of me? It's not like I told God's right seat brother directly to his face, you know? But man, wouldn't that be crazy? If a spoiled brat, like, getting iPhones and stuff, and breaking all his phones and getting new ones, is able to have a kid and a wife? And I can't? Something must be wrong with me. It's okay, cause we're all married here, okay? Yeah, we're all married. I'm married already. But I don't need to look. We can... But we're already married. What? Yeah. You are all taken already. Okay. Is there anyone I want to read tonight? Let's see. Let's read Let us raid. Hama. Anyone recommended here? I am looking. Well, thank you, JRPG. Maybe we can say hi to... Karagi channel. Doing some... Oops. Is she stream? No, she's already ending stream. Never mind. She was streaming for 7 hours. Yeah, except I saw her stream said see you later. Meaning she's ending already. Okay, let's see who this is. Oh, let's read. Wait, I think I just saw someone that raided me a couple times in the past. Wait. Oh, doing ASMR? Okay. Yeah, man. Japanglish Cha-Cha. Raided me a couple times in the past. I'm gonna raid them. Yeah, she just raided, I saw. Alright, Cha-Cha and Twitch. Comfy raider. Comfy raider. Yep. Comfy raider. Okay, everybody. Okay. Thank you for coming in my most evil of streams. Thank you for joining my most evilest of streams ever. I hope you had a great time. Good night, JRPG. Good night, Antinomy. Good night, Borat. Good night, God's Right Sea. Good night, Mocha Demonic Devil. Good night, Happy Hollow. Good night, Gang. Good night, Frost. Good night, Ark. Good night, Heavy Liquor. Good night, everyone. Good night. Thanks for insulting me. Well, I think that your brother should do better.